Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Aslase Podcast. We are back with Suhaib. We had Farhan Ahmed and Dr. Sanaullah in our last episode. We are going to go back to our original faces in this episode. Welcome back, Suhaib. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's really good. Feels good to be back again. Yeah, after a long break, a much needed break, I guess.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to cover.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in this span, but we don't have much time to cover all of that. So we probably need to segment that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep it very compact and brief. This episode is going to be max 15 to 20 minutes, not more than that. So let's get into it. So
before we get into this, we just would like to ask our viewers if they have any preference as per the length of the podcast. What is the favorable length that they would like to have, and they can also recommend topics. Obviously, in our theme, which is AI, HR, technology, anything that they would like to know about, they can comment, and we'll try to cover those topics in our next podcast.
Exactly. We would welcome any recommendation from your side, and we would be covering those topics as well. So we would wait for them for the next episode. Let's get into it. So, Suhaib, I think I shared a study with you recently from Stanford University. I think it was about AI hiring tools having some sort of bias and systematic
racial bias.
Yeah.
Mostly the case covered racial bias,
Yeah.
suggesting jobs that were of a blue collar nature
Yeah.
to certain races, and a white collar job to certain races. So this
Okay.
was one of the highlights of that case study
Uh-huh.
they published in Stanford.
Yeah. So, what do you really think about that? Like, why did an AI, that is supposed to, screen your CVs or just like read your CVs and match with the job description, had these racial biases?
There are many reasons
Mm-hmm.
behind this. Number one is AI is new.
Okay.
It is evolving,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to be rolled out very carefully, slowly, in a very controlled environment.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, these cases mostly reflect scenarios that were pretty common maybe 2 or 3 decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these AI platforms, which they are using, which is being used by multiple companies.
Yeah.
One particular platform that they mentioned, I won't take the name of it here. So that platform, I do not know what really goes into the algorithm and the technology they're using. The two things. One is the logic that is defined. The algorithm. Okay, fine. I tell the AI based on the job categories what type of profiling you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is specific profiling done by the human beings, by the HR managers,
Yeah.
who are basically directing the or configuring the system for them. So it is not always AI. That obviously AI will only be recommending based on the criteria set by the people who are controlling the system, right? One. This is one way of doing it.
Just
And
before you deep dive into it, like this study was mostly focused on third-party vendors.
Yes.
It's not like a small company. It's not a small AI being used or handled by HR managers. It's something they use from an outsider. It's a company that is using services of another company to do a certain thing. So we have to keep that in the mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, every company who is subscribing to that service, they can configure their system, what their company needs, right? And there's always this configuration part as far as AI is concerned. What type of recommendations do you need? People usually, HR managers usually place weightages on how to, because every company has a different data set, every company has different requirements, right?
Yeah.
So let's say in a mining industry, if we talk about the mining industry, because there was one mention about that as well, they recommended mostly males and mostly Africans,
Yeah.
black people. So this must have been configured by the HR manager. AI, if that is not there, then AI is learning from the data that is provided to the system, right? So we cannot entirely blame AI for making those recommendations, because AI only recommends as per the criteria set by the HR manager. Either it's the case studies that was provided, either it's the logic or weightages that was given. Okay, fine, this kind of job I want, these kind of I would prefer to hire these people. From this region, maybe, or
Yeah.
maybe I would like to have males more for this particular role, if it's more labor intensive.
But this study was done in the US, so they have these like very laws against these rules. Like you cannot start saying like, yeah, for example, I need this. I would prefer more males or more females. They are actually told by the law to focus on solely the skill sets. And it's not only that as well. It's like if you are applying at one company and it's using vendor A for CV screening, and then you apply to 3 other jobs who are also using vendor A, and you get rejected by job 1, you are likely to get rejected by the next 3 companies as well who are using the same vendor.
That is a flaw then. That is a flaw, because
That is the whole problem in the system.
because how we are building our system is it's pretty much localized with the client who is using
Yeah,
it.
this is where I wanted to come actually, because a lot of companies are using third-party vendors. I wanted to talk about how companies could get rid of this thing, and how could localized or in-house systems could actually improve these things, and in that way the systems would not take biases from one place to another place.
It's a design problem then.
Yeah.
And these early systems that are out there, that they have multiple clients and they're using it. They're mostly using the same old ATS which was there earlier, sharing data with the employers, like if they would like to hire any role. So they would probably share one candidate with all of the employers, right? But that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case, because in few aspects that is positive for the employee, but in few aspects that is negative for the employee, because if not managed properly, and clearly it is not managed properly, because system is now basically benchmarking. Okay, if you've been rejected by, let's say, Microsoft, you may not be called for an interview or shortlisted for Google, maybe.
Actually, there is a lawsuit against, I think, the ATS system that Microsoft uses, and also there is another lawsuit as well against one of these ATS providers in the US right now for the very same reason.
And you may have witnessed earlier, there have been some regulations on foreign policy level as well, on immigration level as well, that they are discouraging Indians. I remember I had Indians and Asians to work in the US companies. There was a phase. So when there was a strife between, when there was a
I think that was long ago.
And that wasn't long ago. Just maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, a year or two ago. In the current political
but
environment,
it's
still
not,
a long
it's
time
not
ago.
In if you talk about this in policy.
No, see, right now we're kind of like kind of like getting off the rail, off the tracks, because that is foreign policy. Right now we are talking about AI, and
it has to do a lot. It has to do because
but we are talking about the study that was purely done on the numbers of application.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
Let's keep the policy and the politics, because those things
drive.
Yeah,
they do drive, because the platform that they're using, they are using some sort of data to tell the AI how to recommend, right? So if the data
So
tells.
if you think, if not for that policy, the foreign policy, the AI has been net positive for employees since it came up.
Not always.
No, I mean I'm talking about generally. Has it been net positive for the employees?
Not, I am saying again, not always. Because most companies in most use cases, they've not been able to implement it in the right manner, right? Right manner means,
Or they are not implementing it in a right way. They are implementing it, they want it that way. Like for example, if you are running a company, obviously you have a position in this company and you run this company in some ways. Let's say you implement a system in the company. So would you, whatever the policy you implement, of course you would have the ideas, you would know the inside out of that policy.
obviously, whatever policy I would implement, there must be some sort of thought process behind that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe bias as well behind that, and at a much higher level, much deeper level, influence from some national level policies as well. Because when we talk about policies, when we talk about AI systems, they learn from data. You're giving them data to learn how to hire, right? You're giving them like maybe 20-year, 30-year data, right? So in that data, if that is not cleaned enough, right? So humans also, have done a lot of, such things in terms of biasness, in terms of discrimination, and they are the driving seat basically.
So would you rather take human biasness or AI's biasness?
See, AI is a tool,
Yeah.
and if
Okay.
AI is biased, which means either they can be two things. Either AI is only biased because the human behind the AI is biased. Okay, the thought process behind AI is biased, and it is influenced by many things, including politics, including policies that they come up with, right? So AI is now just the tool to blame, and humans are hiding behind AI so that they don't get blamed. Okay, fine, it's an AI. Okay, this is an AI flaw, another loophole found. Okay, fine, you cannot really file a lawsuit against an AI, but you can, change it. You can change it, but
Obviously there are lawsuits being filed against the companies using those AI.
Yes.
Obviously AI is not a person.
Yeah, so they have to understand that. First thing, these AI, this platform that they are referring to, basically must have acted hastily. They have a system and just placed the AI recommendation model just on top of it without cleaning the data, without having proper changes in the algorithms that need to be done, so that each pool, each client, each application pool can be isolated with the other, so that if I get rejected in one position, that does not impact in another position. So that is totally a design flaw, either by mistake, due to hastiness, or it was done deliberately by people who are configuring the AI, including the people who have designed the system and people who are configuring those systems in their environments. Just like if I buy your system, subscribe to your system, and I make an account, and I will configure my preferences, how I would like to hire, what are my requirements. So AI is not to be blamed entirely, because that is being driven by humans sitting in the back, right? So we are hearing about AI laws, EU AI laws, GDPR, everything, but is the humans at the back. If they would like to change, they can change it. If they don't want to change it, obviously they will not change it, and they will find any loopholes to continue using the same pattern. And
So if we look at that way, I think it has been net negative for employees, AI. If you look at different studies being done in the UK, in the US, this study was done in the US, the one we are talking about. There was one in the UK as well, where majority of fresh graduates were ghosted. Okay, they applied for jobs, they applied for different roles, but they never heard back. They were ghosted mostly. So
I give you
it
an
has
example. You're using a traditional ATS system, not an AI system.
no. I mean,
You're getting thousands of applications, and mostly when I apply, I still apply for different positions, right? So, what do you get in reply? Just in a single day, you get a very standardized response. Is that a human response, or is that an automated response
automated
set
response
in
set.
the ATS, right? It's
Yeah.
not an AI, it's just set based on certain criteria. Okay, fine. This is maybe my qualifications did not match, maybe my experience did not match, maybe my region did not match, maybe they did not like I'm Asian, probably, I don't know, right? So, irrespective of this point, rejections have been happening before AI as well, right? Instant rejections. When you apply and you get a rejection email, just maybe half an hour after or 1 hour after, maybe next day, right?
Yeah.
So, why was not that questioned when?
It was questioned as well, but at that time people were not being laid off in numbers. Like the companies were not laying off like people like 500,000 people at the same time in the name of adapting AI. Now, if you look at that way, people would think, yeah, so they are replacing us with the machines. Now, if you see, there was this case with a company that actually fired people in order to adapt AI. Then they figured out AI is costing them way more than those humans, and that company actually ended up bringing those people back to the company. So I'm just saying it's a sentiment. People see things right in front of them. So they see they are getting the instant rejections right within like half an hour. They are receiving an automated email. Yes, you are rejected. Unfortunately, we are going with it's not your CV is bad. It's not your skills are bad, but you're not a fit at this time. So these kind of emails they are getting within a day or within half an hour or whatever the time frame is. Okay, and then they're hearing about these news like that company laid off this many people, that company laid off this many people, and when you look at that company's numbers, right, they are investing a lot of money on AI. Okay, I mean like a huge portion of their capital is being injected into AI adoption. So people would obviously think, yes, we see the pattern. Don't you see that happening as well?
It's happening.
Yeah.
But the point here is the case study is blaming AI, right? AI algorithms and companies who are running it, right? So basically, AI. It's been like AI is not
No,
a perfect fit for the industry right now, right? It is not a perfect fit right now. This had issues because it was not designed properly. The data was not cleaned properly either, or the humans who were configuring the system had had that particular intention that okay, I don't want to hire people from this region, or I don't want to hire black people because this case that he mentioned about that. So this is again humans, not AI. It's just another tool to blame. I mean, why are we letting
so
that HR manager?
if you've seen that like there is a mention, there is 10%, okay, that rejection was against the African Americans. Okay, I mean there is a biasness, but it's not very obvious biasness. If you do a deep dive into that system, when you start tracking, then you start seeing the patterns.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Normal daily, like for example, if I'm applying at the company and I'm African American or I'm Asian, okay, I'm brown.
See,
I would get rejected. I would not actually get the feeling that
exactly. I tell you why. Because in the old times, we did not have the technology to do it really fast. The same pattern was being followed previously as well, but it was invisible because it was slow, and there was no way that it could be diagnosed unless somebody filed a lawsuit and somebody actually investigated and opened the database and scrutinized all the records. Right now, why is it becoming so visible? Because it's happening very fast. It's happening very fast, and HR managers are now more confident because they know that they can get away with this, and if something goes wrong, they can always blame AI. No, they're not to be blamed. So I'm just saying, it's another way. It's now kind of another opportunity for everybody to give blame to somebody, so like a scapegoat. So like AI is not a scapegoat. Like you program something, Or like you tell a 5-year-old or 6-year-old to go and slap somebody, right? I'm telling, and he would go and slap somebody, maybe tease somebody. Okay, fine, or pinch somebody, and everyone would instantly say, okay, fine. Oh, this is a really uh, uh, you know bad behavior. He has not been behaving properly in blah blah blah, right?
So,
But who is actually to be blamed? Who is invisible, right? So same thing is happening with AI right now. AI is just maybe 3 or 4 years old in a way that we know right now, right? In this maturity. So you cannot really expect a 3-4-year-old technology or a kid, I would say a kid, because we are feeding data. We are the ones feeding
yeah,
data.
and but
We are
see,
the ones feeding
it's
the
a
intent
word.
as well.
It's how you are phrasing it. It's the problem I have. It's not the idea that's the issue. See, we are made to think that we need to expect big things from AI right now. Okay, aren't companies literally replacing humans with AIs? Aren't there companies, big companies,
They are
corporations? They are, right?
they are if they're doing it right, then
What
it's
do you mean by if they are doing it? They are doing it. It's literally being done in the big corporations around the globe.
there are many other reasons behind that.
Damn.
When you hire 1,000 people, it's not just one reason. In big corporations, it's not just one reason. They just find the most convenient explanation to do that people can just
So
walk
it's
away with.
suddenly like
Previously,
it's
it happened
suddenly
as
like
well.
10, 15 companies with really healthy like balance sheet and everything. They decided to lay off people in mass. It's just a coincidence. Like
So,
it has been happening in the
this has been a very convenient explanation that people are now buying. And
anyway. We are running out of time, and I would love to continue this discussion in the next podcast, next episode. But before we go, to I would love to ask you to conclude the solution for the problem, the original problem that we were talking about, the third party vendors.
Right. The solution is simple, very simple. Solution is we have to have a very transparent configuration of AI, right? That is visible and published, and there should be bifurcation for each client that is subscribed to your platform. So if some candidate he's rejected from one company, should not be automatically rejected from another company, right? This has to be implemented, right?
No,
This is the design flaw. Number
what-
two, the data should be cleaned. The data, if they're using data as well to train the AI
Yeah.
to learn how to profile candidates, that data should be unbiased as well. If the data is not unbiased, then you cannot really expect good results, right?
Exactly.
3. So these are the 3 basic simple steps to do that. And fourth is the last one, which is hold humans accountable, who are basically running the systems. At one level, you will hold the company who is providing the service accountable. On the second level, you will hold that HR manager or whatever department person who is basically configuring those systems with the policies that the AI needs to follow. So if you will start holding humans accountable, AI will start behaving automatically.
I mean, it's been. Anyway, forget about. I would not counter that, but like I would want you to, like, briefly come back to the point you said. Like the companies could have their in-house systems, right? Like for its in-house system means like they train that system that they are going to configure for AI screening or ATS purposes. They could train it for their own company, so it doesn't get mixed, even accidentally, with the other
Yes.
companies.
Yes. So either you are using a platform which is being shared by many of the companies, or you are using your own platform, your own in-house hosted system.
Yeah.
So in both cases, there should be bifurcation, and there should be algorithms designed in a way that they are not biased, and data which is cleaned before fed into the system, so that the AI can use it to learn the human behavior, how to profile a certain candidate against a certain job. And that's how exactly we do it.
we will talk about these things in the next episode, because we have these few topics, like for example the how we are doing it right now, how we are actually implementing these systems, because we actually work on the same things. And then we would talk about uh, EU AI Act, how it's actually setting some standards for AI systems being used in different companies throughout the world. So keep, stay in touch, right, with us, and subscribe our channel, like our videos, share with your friends, and you can turn on the bell icon to get the notifications for our new episodes. That's it for today. We try to keep it brief as much as we could, but I think we have stretched it a little bit. So thank you, Suhaib, very much for your time. We would be back with
Pleasure.
another episode with Suhaib, or maybe somebody else joining along Suhaib as well. So take care, everybody. Bye.